Okay, let's take this Land Rover 90 V8 for a spin. Starts on the button. I've just done 48 miles on it around the M25 and it's performed very, very well indeed, especially at speed. Off we go. Being a V8, absolute joy to drive these. Lots of grunt and torque. Much nicer than the 4-cylinder one of the same age. And in fairness, the fuel consumption isn't too much different. Rare car, the factory 90 V8 model. Let's go over the speed bumps. This one, as I say, starts on the button. No misfiring, hesitancy or overheating. I've just driven it around the M25. Both on the motorway and in traffic, it's performed superbly. Engine sounds nice. Nice V8 burble. Clutch is good. Gearbox is nice. The only thing I can criticise on the gearbox, the synchro on 4th gear is a little bit worn, so it does graunch very slightly if you rush it. Drivetrain feels nice and solid. There's no, and all Land Rovers do whine slightly because of the way the drivetrain's set up, but there's no sort of extra whining, squeaking, banging or rattling any more than you'd expect on one of these. Into 5th. So bags of torque. We've had the low ratio box working, that's fine. We've had the diff locks working, they're fine, although the actual diff lock warning light isn't coming on. May well be a bulb failure. The dash, the diff locks themselves working fine. Specification is standard 90 really, it hasn't been messed with in any way. It's got clock, it's got cigar lighter. In front of us here you've got speedo, fuel gauge. I'll come back to the fuel gauge in a minute. Temperature gauge and voltmeter. And you've got such things as heated rear window and hazard lights and stuff down there. Off we go. Obviously power steering, being a factory V8, and obviously being a factory V8, all the gearing is properly set up. None of these funny lash ups that you can get. It's also got a very, very nice JVC radio CD system down here. That's it really, you don't get too many creature comforts like electric windows and central locking on these. It's got a nice set of matching Michelin 750x16, I think they call them town and countries. They're certainly the sort of half off-road, half on-road tyres, which do give a little bit of whine, but not excessive. I've had these on Land Rovers before, and they do actually perform quite well off-road. The heater works nicely, certainly can keep you nice and warm. Yes, the fuel gauge. Very unreliable, and it does seem to be quite often the case on these short wheelbase 90 V8s where the fuel gauge. I've had others in the past that do exactly the same thing. Sometimes it shows what fuel you've got in there, sometimes it doesn't. At the minute, it's not showing we've got anything, although we have. Wipers work fine. Pulls up in a straight line. Tracks nicely. So 136,000 miles and ready for a few more yet. Okay, that's about it. My name is Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353 or in the office on 0118 946 3352. End.